What's good, guys? How we doing? So if you guys are coming in after the stream is over, we're actually just skip a little bit ahead. I don't know when the patch notes are going to come out yet, so keep that in mind, because we're going to do some PvP until the patch notes go out, and then and we'll get into it. So if you guys are just hopping by after the stream's over, just a little, I guess, forewarning. But so what's going on, guys? How we doing? So I yesterday tinkered a little bit off stream. Me and Pink were doing some BGs, and I actually got 3 builds set up for PvP for BGs, and I'm not gonna just play Templar and Blade anymore, so that's nice. I actually didn't update my chat bot yet, but we'll do that here in a little bit. What's going on, James? What's going on, Rex? How you doing, buddy? Let's see here. So right as soon as the patch notes come up, we'll swap over and do those. Let's see here. Can you guys hear me? One second. Yeah, okay. So I guess I can go ahead and talk about my Magden build, huh? We're running Engine Guardian. This Magden build is crazy. I want to get away from using Dark Convergence, but I'm running it right now until it gets nerfed. Would I recommend running Vamp on a stand build? No, I would not. Not on some. Maybe for like Crow, it would be okay, but I don't really like Vampire on stamina. Magicka is where I think it's best suited. But so we got on Hrothgar. This is obviously going to be a must. Dual wield is best in slot because we gain more weapon and spell damage on our dual wield right here. The dual wield expert, and we get a ton of extra pen because. Or we can do like split our traits for Nerdhome for more spell damage, and then sharpen for a little bit more pen. So we're kind of like splitting that a little bit. We get more value from this than running 2 sharpened for overall tooltips and stuff like that. You may get more damage with sharpened, but increasing your tooltips for your damage, I think it's better to do this because it pairs up well with dual wield. And the back bar running Dark Convergence. This is gonna be a must. The main reason why we're using Dark Convergence isn't necessarily for the damage, it's for the CC potential it has. The PTS will be live today, yes. But we're just waiting on it to come up. It should be up soon. I would assume here in a minute. Imagine being a grown adult and using Hrothgar and Dark Convergence. Hey bro, don't hate the player, hate the game. I mean, here's my thoughts on this. Okay, magic builds only became viable after, especially for Magic Warden and Magic Necromancer, using Hrothgar and Dark Convergence. So, I mean, you can take with that what you will, but I'm wanting to get away from Dark Convergence, but Hrothgar is going to stay, even if it gets nerfed. I've been hearing from some rumors that it's getting nerfed, but no official word just yet. But you got to do what you got to do, man. I've came to the realization that the game's just going to be what it is, and I'm not going to get myself for playing something because they added it into the game, and it makes Magic Warden a lot stronger. I got some BGs last night, like 35-0 on Magic Warden. So this thing is a blast to play. I had a lot of fun on it. I was thinking about using Olerim or something like that, or even Dark Convergence on the body, but I'm liking this a lot. And Healing Ward was probably the best change I did of all. Really helped with my survivability. So we're gonna queue up, wait for the patch notes to come out, do a little bit of PvP, all that jazz. So how you guys doing today on Monday? Do I think Will Fit will be the next best trait? I don't know yet. The hybridization of stats and all these things is going to make an impact, I think, but not to the extent that it will really, like, just like, okay, I thought personally that my assumption was that running medium armor for the weapon and spell damage would have changed a lot, but it really didn't in the scheme of things. So I was wrong about that, and I don't have a problem with admitting that. The notes aren't out yet. We're just gonna do the live stream and do some PvP until the notes come up. But I'll link the notes as soon as I get them. So I thought that the spell damage was gonna make a huge difference. So I'm gonna hold my assumptions about the hybridization of stats until I actually get to play and test it in actual PvP, because like PTS, it's a good idea to test things and see how it goes, but you really can't make an assumption. Like Dark Convergence in 1v1s really isn't the strongest, so it's strong in PvP, like outnumbered and group v group, but what happens is most of the time is people use Dark Convergence on you as a solo player. So I'm gonna hold a lot of my judgments for the game in general, with the hybridization of stats, until I can actually test it in game quite a bit more, or get a lot of testing on the PTS, because it's so hard to test things on the PTS. I'm running Dark Convergence. I'm gonna update my stream elements, so whatever. But I had a lot of fun on this spec last night off stream, and it's funny. My imposter, my imposter didn't do many BGs last night when I wasn't streaming. That was pretty interesting. Yeah, I am looking forward to my birthday. I'll be 23. That's crazy, man. Life goes by so fast. Yeah. Good morning, Bundy. How you doing, man? Large intestine. I'm gonna update my stream thingy, my chat bot, but we're running Hrothgar, Dark Convergence, Engine Guardian, One Piece trainee, and then One Piece Death Dealers. Nope. DB's where it's at with Hrothgar. Come here. See why EG is so powerful? Like, my sustain is amazing. I'm telling you guys, this is the build. Got my dick, bro. Got bursted, my dude. Healing ward is the best thing I did. Get outplayed. I don't care if Dark Convergence gets nerfed. That's OP. I have no problem with that. No problem with that whatsoever. You guys are on my dick, freaking gonna get bursted, bro. I'm gonna die. Dude, that was funny. I'm sitting there 1v3 and those guys the entire time. I don't care, man. Dark Convergence, like, people's like, oh, you know, you're scrub if you use it, bro. I don't care. I'm getting 1v3'd. I'm having fun. So. And it's so strong with Warden too. That's what I knew it was gonna be strong with Warden as soon as it came out. Makes the game too easy. I mean, it's definitely helping the Magden. Magden's a weak class unless you have a good CC. Dude, Dawnbreaker's slapping. I got like 12k pen. And Nightblade Cloak is freaking buff is insane too. I've gone to the dark side, dude. I had a rage moment the other day with Dark Convergence, and I was like, Dark Convergence needs a buff, actually. What do you mean? Cool, that guy's dead. Wow, dude. That's so much damage, man. Yeah, sit on that flag some more. Sit on that flag some more. I'll catch up with chat here in a second. There we go. 16-1 on match board. Alright. Let's see if they bring it up. Not yet, not yet. In your opinion, what's the most complete class for open world and duels? I'd say Stamblade is the most complete class. I mean, you're going to be a little bit squishy in duels, but you got a lot of burst potential. It just depends on how you play it. I don't recommend playing a sniper, but playing like a normal stand blade like mine, like with the Steigen and mechanical, is a really fun build. They're coming out here in a minute. We're just getting prepped for the stream. We're getting prepped for the patch notes. Just wait until they come up, because I wanted to start the stream before the patches came out, so you guys can collect here and watch them. And I'll link them as soon as I get them. I need to go make some potions. Is there not a... I'll just leave.
It's gotta be better than
these people are weird. Those people are so weird and grouped in zone chat. So weird. People just hang out here. Could you... I don't know. I'm not gonna judge. Could you imagine just hanging out? Sitting at the shrine, or sitting at the fountain. Yeah, I like Healing Ward with BRP Resto. I tried that on my Magic DK, really liked it, but on my Magic Warden, I really can't run that yet. Well, I don't have room for it because I want to run Dark Convergence because it's a good set for Warden. There's 143 in the bank. Okay. You're selling your Xbox account for $700. Ooh. Well, that sucks. I don't blame you, but... Alright. Let's queue up. So, if you guys are just popping in the stream, we're waiting on the patch notes to come out. What to wear in your stand-in? Hrothgar, Powerful Assault, Magma Incarnate, 1 Trainee, 1 Malakath. I was wanting to fit in maybe Evasion 2H in there with Hrothgar, but Dizzy Swing feels like it feels a little bit better with Hrothgar than Dual Wield does. All right, we're still waiting on the patch notes. If anybody gets them before I do, then definitely just post them in stream. Let's see. Let me change my chatbot commands real quick. So Magden, we got 5 Hrothgar. Arc Convergence. 2 Engine, 1 Trainee, 1 Dealer. Alright. Preston, chillax, dude. It's the top. Clever Alchemist is bugged right now. I wouldn't run Clever Alchemist. This is the Magden build, guys. I mean, have no shame when running this because you're playing a Magic Warden, so. Hrothgar's getting nerfed by 50%. I haven't seen any news on it just yet, so if it does, oh well. But the thing is this still won't get nerfed for another 2 months, so. Or so, a month and a half. So have fun with it while it's still there. I still think it'll be a decent set for Magic Warden. It's gonna be. It'll have to be. Even if they nerf it some. Or we'll just go back to like I mean, I don't know. Probably just go back to like War Maiden or Spinners or something like that. Heartland Conqueror, that sort of thing. Is there a class that does not contain magic abilities? Everything that's like magic heavy? Well, typically, if you're talking one about playing a stamina class, most classes, if you're playing stamina, use magic as utility rather than actual skills. They're magic heavy at first glance because it's the class abilities, but the stamina builds use the weapon abilities, like here in the dual wield. Oh, there's a Q. In the dual wield skill line, they use in the 2H, sword and board, that sort of thing. So, okay. Yeah, we may go Elemental Succession, but the thing is I'm using Arterial Burst, which is such a great skill. Such a great skill. So underrated. So we set up a few builds. We set up like a lot of builds actually last night off stream. We got several things. So we're gonna be playing like Stamden, Stamcrow, until they nerf Hrothgar, right? Probably about a few, maybe after we get a lot of PTS testing out of the way, be able to tell like what's actually going to be pretty decent, and then we'll change it up right before the patch drops so we can get used to it. But if Hrothgar gets nerfed, that's okay. We'll adjust to it. I mean, you just got to think, guys. There's been a roller coaster in ESO for going on a year now for PvP. So they're going to nerf things. They're going to adjust things away. When OP things come out, have fun with them. I mean, because you won't get that long to have fun with it. Oh, it's nerfed on live PC? Okay. I didn't know it was nerfed on live PC. I haven't looked at those patch notes yet. I wouldn't say ESO killer for console, maybe for PC. I mean, there's nothing good for console. If something good comes out on console, I think that'll be true. At least for PvP side of things. PvE is going to be here forever. I mean, that's just how this game is. The PvE game. How did that not hit? Bombard spam, the freaking... I mean, this thing's got a lot of survivability. I think the best thing I did was to swap to Healing Ward. Healing Ward's a really good skill, even without the BRP rest, so... Death Dealers is probably the best mythic in the game for Magden. I don't know who this guy hitting me in the back is. I'm trying to stop the guy from taking your flag. I'm trying to get some PvP action here. How did I hit, yo? Yoinked him by this Dark Convergence. Okay, skills, please work. Dude, Cloak is so annoying to fight against right now, because they just pull it, it works flawlessly now. Ooh-wee. No, standard's better for 1vx, but this is a lot of fun. Standard's better, but this is just a good Magden build. Is the patch notes up yet? We're just waiting on them to come out. I can grab the flag. Dope. Oh my goodness. I'm out of juice. My goodness. Whew. That's some good survival right there. I guess vampire health is with that, huh? The patch notes up yet? Close? Nope, no patch notes yet. Well, skills on my front bar? I'll go over after this BG. How that you blocked that? All right. 27-0, not bad for Warden. Alright. Your build's annoying. Dude, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. Cloak's annoying too, bro. Yeah, we're gonna be doing a B-Day special stream for sure. Alright. Let's see. Anything came up yet? Nope, nothing I've seen yet. So what's the burst combo? All right, let me go over my front bar skills real quick. So we got Arterial Burst, Deep Fissure, Arsenic Blast, Bird of Prey, Gripping Shards, and Dawnbreaker Smiting. Like, Dawnbreaker is so powerful this patch with Hrothgar. Now, if it wasn't running Hrothgar, and it, I mean, what you guys are saying, it's got like a 50% nerf. Is that what you guys are saying? Let me check it here real quick. In a second. When's my birthday? It's September 29th. Let's see here. Where is it at? I guess I can go to Discord and get it. Patch notes. I would assume the patch notes will probably drop here soon. Probably the next 20-30 minutes or so. So where do they nerf Hrothgar at? I don't see anything on the patch notes. Unless I'm reading it too fast. I don't see anything on Hrothgar getting nerfed. Did you guys link to whatever you guys saw? Come on, Preston, chillax, dude. No, I don't drink. I don't drink. It's going to 13%. Okay. This is the email to school. I have 10k subs. No, actually, I'm peeling back my days at work and going part-time. So I'm gonna work on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Yeah. So basically, what the combo is, right? You hit your Dark Convergence, and actually, contrary to popular belief, you can actually proc your Hrothgar with your Dark Convergence. So basically, what you do is you go your Dark Convergence, and you have your Sub Assault going up, right? You go Dark Convergence, and you Medium Weave, and your Medium Weave inside of the stun of the Dark Convergence actually procs it. So my gear is Hrothgar, Front Bar, Nernhorn Sharpened, Dark Convergence back bar, 2 engine. Then we got Hrothgar chest and legs. Then we have Hrothgar ring. And then we have the weapons. We're running 3 heavy, 4 light. We have 1 spell damage, 1 reduced cost, 1 mag recovery. Death Elude is such a great set. Such a great set. We have like 37k health and CP PvP. And like 34k magic or something like that, I think it is. Let's see here. Pure cheese? Well, I mean, you play Magic Warden and see what you can come up with. That's not pure cheese that does decently well. I mean, I'll just tell you how you guys it really is. Magic Warden's weak without Hrothgar, with the burst potential. So if it's getting nerfed, then that's all fine. We'll adjust. But Magic Warden does not have a strong CC, so Dark Convergence helps with that. And you have to do what you got to do, man. I mean, if we had a good CC like a surprise attack, I mean, just imagine if Arterial Burst stun like surprise attack did, you know. Yeah, dude. Well, I mean, I don't really know why or how, but you know, we grew so fast. I mean, I remember like January, February, we're like at 2,000. So we've been pushing on content though, and you guys have been liking it. Yeah, everybody's running cheese at the moment, so it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, I'm having fun. You guys remember that BG just a minute ago where I yoked those guys in with Dark Convergence into the lava? That was golden. So, let's see here. So why dual wield? So the reason why we're going dual wield, you could do 2H, but the main reason why we actually get a little bit more damage. So it's this passive right here, the dual wield expert, which gives us 6% offhand damage. So this will give us more weapon damage and spell damage. Oh, excuse me. Got a freaking frog in my throat. So, all right. So also we have the extra penetration from the twin blade of blunt. Thanks, Drake. Appreciate that, buddy. We're just waiting for the patch notes to come out. doing a little bit of PvP before. Yeah, my imposter. I did BGs last night. He wasn't in it, so I guess he just stream snipes the whole time. Yeah, you get more weapon damage. Stop, Preston. Stop. You get more weapon damage and spell damage from using dual wield because of this passive alone, right here. It's more, yeah, it's more weapon damage than the 2H. Just a little bit though, 6% more. But also we can run a sharpen and a Nernhund trait here, so we're actually getting a little bit more than that actually as well. I'm on console, buddy. Look at that dweeb up there. Yo, you ever seen the set do that before? It went crooked. Timmy up there is just spamming snipes on us. Alright, let's see if we can pull him down with Dark Convergence. I think we can. Nope. Why don't you play on PC? Because I don't want to restart, man. I'm not gonna restart this game over again. No way. That's the main reason why. Yeah, there's totally account transfers. There's not account transfers, buddy. Even then, I wouldn't swap. I like my console community. I like my console homies. It's nice giving a different perspective because nobody really plays on console. I mean, it's just me and is there no one else that are the, you know, the more popular ones. But I mean, you got Nice, you got Kirchhoff, but like it actually has a voice to Zos. There's no console content creators really. It's all PC people. Jeez, heal boss over here. And also you gotta think, like, I think what Zenimax is doing now is since New World's coming out, I really think that jeez, Earthcore is so strong. I think Zenimax is actually gonna start paying attention to the console players because New World's coming out, so that means that at least for the PvP side of things, I think they'll actually start caring more. That's why we're getting all these quality of life changes now, because they know, at least for a few months, that they're not going to get as much money because PvP people are going to go away. I don't think New World's coming out on console now. No, the New World PvP is not that good. That's the thing, though. That's what's wrong with ZeniMax, is the PvP is not that good on New World, but the thing is it works, at least somewhat to a degree, and is new. I think that's the biggest reason why. Honestly, I don't even think New World looks even that great, but I just think it's just something different than the monotony of, you know, ESO. I think that's the biggest draw. Okay. I mean, New World maybe isn't going to be that great, but I just think the PvP community needs something different. That's really what it is, honestly. I enjoyed Blackwood. Blackwood was really fun. I'm the most biased dude. You should see all the comments I get, man. People's like, oh, you're always bitching and what and complaining and this and that. Like, I don't think there's a way to be like not negative when you have just incompetence, I guess you could say. I don't know. Like, I don't know if ZeniMax even knows what they're doing with PvP or not. I don't know. I don't like to bash too much because you guys don't like to hear me complain, I'm sure. But you know, it is what it is. We just go with the fly. I've kind of adapted my mindset to just running what I want to have fun. Like, see, like, I don't even blame them for the lag. That's the thing. Like, they probably can't fix it. I just wish they would admit that they couldn't fix it. You know, that's what I'm trying to get at with this whole like incompetence thing. Is if they can't fix it, then just say it, man. Just try to adapt the content to where it's not to the extent to where it's so unbearable. Like I was explaining, you know, do maybe some more group type of BGs, do some like different game modes for PvP, because I think that would be a lot better. If you can't fix lag, then just say it. That's what I say. What's going on, Kirk? Yeah, I tell it how it is. That's one thing I told myself, because like you see all these people online, they're fake. That's not me. I will tell you exactly what is going on in my mind, and I won't falter otherwise. No, not yet, not yet. We're waiting on the patch notes right now. We're just getting everybody in here. What's going on, Revelation? How you doing, buddy? What's going on, Helios? Yeah, I'm excited too. I want to see what they do. But like, if you guys see my video that I posted a little bit earlier, talking about like what they're doing, I think that's a good thing, because I don't know if a lot of you guys actually watch the Twitch stream, and I think actually having Zoss say it rather than just content creators can show more validity to what we're kind of saying, you know. See, it's not just investing in more servers. That's not going to be the simple fix, because this game was published in 2014. So just having more servers and better servers is not going to do as much as you'd think. Yeah, Nefis did for sure. I was going to do a state of PvP and talk about it, but I mean, he did a good job on it. I think he's a little bit more, he sounds like a writer. I'm not like a writer. I just tell you what I think, you know. I don't put any sugar coating on it. He's more flamboyant with his words. That's just not my type of style. No, Connor, don't come to console, buddy. Don't come to console. It's not worth it. The add-ons save you so much time. Yeah, Bob, it should be, man. But it'll probably be different. Like the population here recently has skyrocketed up because of Dark Convergence, but I think it'll die back down again here in a little bit, you know. Come on, no. Can't see anything over there. Everybody's so tanky. Even with Dark Convergence, people are surviving, so it's not that AIDS. I think what's wrong with Dark Convergence is multiple stacks of it. That's where Dark Convergence gets annoying, when it's just every single, few seconds. Kind of like how it's going now. That is deathmatch though. Yeah, Healing Word was the way to go for this build, for sure. Dude, why am I so snared? My goodness, what is snaring me? I'm gonna die. Get me out of here. That. Yep. You gonna PG with me, plug? I need to swap the tripods there. Honestly, like build diversity. It's a tricky topic because, I mean, if I make a build and people run it, then there's no build diversity. But if I don't make a build and then somebody else makes a build, there's not build diversity. So I think it's a tricky subject. I mean, people are just going to run what's best in slot. Even with the hybridization of stats, it's not going to change anything. Oh, Healing Ward is so strong. I'm so glad somebody told me to run Healing Ward. Oh, it's so much better. I'm not using the BRP Resto either, and it's so strong, man. So good. So glad I put it on. Dude, what is snaring me? This stupid little freaking... Oh my goodness, dude. The wolves need to get nerfed. I'm telling you guys. That's what's wrong with werewolf. It's not even the freaking Howl of Agony. And skills don't work. Can I move, please? That's what's wrong with werewolf. It's not the freaking little... It's not the Howl of Agony. It's a little 70% snare from the little minions. Yeah, you are the werewolf nerf. Poison hurts him, right? Earth Gore. Dude, I tried Earth Gore on my Magic DK. Dude, it's so good, man. That's my build on Magic DK. I'm using Earth Gore. I have no shame anymore, dude. I'll run anything I have to stay alive. That with BRP Resto. Oh, it's so good for the... It's so good for the Magic DK. What has got me snared? Why can't I move? This guy want to get off my dick? Dude, you're hitting me for 3k Howl of Agonies, my guy. You can please kindly hop off, you know? Kindly? Yeah, this build's really nice, man. Really, really nice. Really, really strong. Healing Ward was the biggest change. This guy's still on me, dude. Oh, man. Got an assist, really? Nope. That's so dumb, dude. Dark Divergence has no thing whatsoever. That's an 18k Dark Divergence. Yeah, I miss when Magic Beetle's stunned too. See, that's the thing. If Magic Beetle's stunned, then you would not have to have Dark Divergence on a Magic Warden. That's the thing. Well, the no-pop campaign on console is dead, so it's... I mean, for PC, sure, go ahead. But console, it's non-existent. They need to just fix the animation with Dark Convergence, I think. Make it, you know, at least visible, right? All the werewolf snares are the most annoying thing. Werewolf. These wolves are still on me, dude. The little bitty things, man. Come on. Can you just de-aggro these, please? Alright, we'll look at the pathogens right after this. If they're up. That's vulnerability. Yep. Check Discord again. Got hit by 14k Colossus. Oh, they're up. Alright, we'll check them out right after this. How did that not? How did that not hit? Earth Gore is a joke. I'm gonna kill this guy. This guy's a little bit squishier. At least thought. Get my DB up. Come on, DB. Hurry up. No, I'm not gonna kill anything. Almost got the car. No. Alright. So GG's. Alright. Patch notes are live. All right, let's check it out. Let's all right, let me turn the music off real quick. Okay, so let me do this. Let me turn off the game audio. All right, so let's swap over. One second. So let's hop over to this real quick. All right, can you guys see it good? This is, yep. Can you guys see the screen good? I need to adjust it at all? Dude, JM, we got a good Magden build, bro. We'll go back over that after the patch notes. So, looks okay? Is it good? All right, let's take a look at it. So the Gates of Oblivion story reaches its climactic finale in the Deadlands DLC. The way of Mehrunes Dagon realm has been opened, and his legions of Daedra cultists prepare to unleash a series of new terrifying Daedric inventions on the lands of Tamriel. Oh, sounds scary. So we already know this stuff. Okay, let's just get into the meat, right? So the Deadlands UI, don't really care about this. New sets, all right. So Wretched Vitality, mag recovery, stam recovery, weapon and spell damage. While in combat, applying a major buff or debuff to a target restores you 260 magic or stamina recovery for 15 seconds. While in combat, applying a minor buff or major buff grants you that's like what's it called? Eternal Vigor. It's crafted. So how much recovery is that? I did not. There we go. How much recovery is that? 260 plus 130? 390. Wow. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I didn't want to do quick math there. That's not bad though. I mean, that's like more than Eternal Vigor, isn't it, right? You could see this on probably, so major buff. So major brutality, procs that instantly, and it lasts for 15 seconds. So is this similar to Stygian in the way that whenever you swap bars, the buff goes away? Because you'll have to double bar this set if that's the case. So that's probably a possibility. So definitely looks pretty good. Deadlands Demolisher, max stamina, weapon, and spell damage, and max stamina. Your bash attack deals 935 more damage when you bash. You also deal physical damage in a cone in front of you, interrupting enemies' hit. This effect can occur once every 2 seconds. So, I guess Nice is going to probably get really happy about this set. I guess Bash Crow's back, maybe. Yeah, I mean, 935 more damage to the other. What does the other set do, like? What's that one set called that gives you the extra damage on bash? I think it does like 500, or like, I think it's like 500 extra bash damage. So definitely looks interesting for that. Don't know how this is gonna work exactly, but definitely looks interesting. Iron Flask, max health, armor. When you drink a potion while in combat, reduce your damage taken by 12%. Okay. So it's like Clever Alchemist, but for defense now. I don't really see myself running this, honestly. But looks decent, I guess, for damage mitigation if you, I guess, want to be a tank or something. Yeah, Veiled Territons is what I was talking about. Veiled Heritance is the bash damage. So you're going to see that set with Veiled Heritance for sure. Eye of the Grasp. Max magic weapon and spell damage. Crit chance. When you deal critical damage, you generate 7 ultimate. This effect can occur once every 5 seconds. This light armor set. Don't really see the potential here. I mean, 7 ultimate is nice. So, I mean, what is that considered? That's nowhere like heroism potions are probably just as good as that almost. So, I don't really see the potential in this just yet. But this depends on what else they change too. We don't even know. This is just the new sets. Crit chance, weapon and spell damage. Crit chance, dealing critical damage with a direct damage ability grants you a damage shield that absorbs 8,000 damage for 6 seconds. This effect can occur once every 6 seconds. Probably a PvE set. It's not saying it's scaling off of anything, so that's definitely interesting. I wonder what they're going to do with that. Kind Marcher's Cruelty. Health, stamina recovery, armor. When you deal direct damage, you apply one of 5 major debuffs to enemies within 8 meters of you for 10 seconds. This effect can occur once every 8 seconds. If an enemy is in range, eligible debuffs are Major Breach, Cowardice, Defile, Maim, and Vulnerability. So it's like Data Trickery, but with the major debuffs. What could this be used for? Because it's a heavy set. It looks okay. It looks alright. I don't see the potential in it. I mean, it could be alright. The Major Breach is the main thing. Because, like, to see what Data Trickery, it increases your healing received, Major Mending, Major Protection. With this, like, Major Defile, I think, is only like 16%. Cowardice reduces critical damage done. Maim reduces damage done. Vulnerability increases damage taken. And Breach. So, it's not that great because you can obviously cleanse these as well. So, new motifs, all that jazz. So base game, the Armory System, we already know kind of what that does. I did a video on that. Created item drops, we already talked about that a little bit. Basically what's happening is if you don't have a set in your, what's it called? Your like collectible bag thing, like your sticker book, right? If you don't have that, it's going to create your drops to where you can get those sets easier and you're not going to get double drops. Pretty much how that works. And the Armory System is awesome, especially for us console players. New mythic items. All right. So gain 100 weapon and spell damage and armor for each 3-piece set active on the wearer. So trainee, how many 3-piece sets could you get? There's trainee. What else is there? There's those stupid PvP sets. Wait, this set effect counts for any 3 or 5-piece sets in which you were wearing a minimum of 3 of the pieces. For example, wearing 3 pieces of agility counts as 1 set bonus on the wearer. Wearing 3 pieces of hunting rage also counts. Okay, so are you going to see a front bar, back bar, agility setup instead of wait, could you do that? No, is it a ring? It's a ring, so you couldn't run agility. You could maybe do agility on front bar with this. So you could do like a no. Yeah, actually, we'll have to test this and look at it. But that's a lot of extra mitigation. That's a 3k armor and 300 weapon and spell damage. So that's definitely pretty valuable. Belzeraz Band increases the damage of your light attacks by 1185. When you deal damage with a consecutive melee light attack, you gain temper up to 5 stacks max. When you perform a fully charged heavy attack, consumes Belzeraz temper and deal physical damage per stack to enemies in a line after 1 second delay, stunning them for 3 seconds. If 5 stacks are consumed, this effect can occur once every 4 seconds. It scales off the higher of your weapon or spell damage. So I guess mag sork builds are going to be pretty happy about this. Heavy attack builds, kind of. So it's only melee attacks, so that's interesting. It just depends on how good the CC is, because you could definitely see this on Magic, the melee macro we were just playing. So definitely have to wait to see on kind of how this works, because we're always medium, we're always light attack weaving. So definitely have to wait to see on kind of how that works. So Spauldron of Ruin, activating crouch toggles on and off for a 12-meter aura of pride. Up to 6 allies gain 260 weapon and spell damage. Reduce your weapon and spell damage by 130 for every group. What is this? On activating crouch toggles on pride on or off, exiting crouch or toggle. So you mean to tell me there's going to be a build now that can cloak inside of a Zerg and give them 260 weapon and spell damage? Okay. So Dark Anchors, so that's just the new thingies. New PvP emote. Let's go. Let's go. We gotta do PvP emote, guys. Let's get it. Dude, that's awesome. That's all we've been asking for. I'm so happy about that, dude. The Siege Stomper emote is acquired by combining Arena Gladiators proofs with an Arena Gladiator Revenge, available from the War Researcher Merchant in Cyrodiil. Yes! Dude, we got it, bro. Dude, that's lit. Thanks, Cinemax. I really appreciate the PvP emote, dude. Yet another PvP emote we've always been asking for. I really, really appreciate that. Okay. For the PTS cycle, there'll be 2 templates, 3600 CP. Alright. Let's see here. Okay. Balancing, PvE stuff. Yonder Butcher. Do the quest. Bloodroot Forge. Alright. I can't believe they did the emote, dude. Can't believe it. Can't believe it. Jeez, is there anything? Okay. Just all balancing for PvE? We're halfway through already? Okay. I may have missed something. I don't think so, though. Critical damage is now hard capped at 125. Note this cap can go beyond 125, but your critical strikes will not deal more than 125 critical damage. So we're A-okay on my builds. We're A-okay with my crit damage because we got like 117 on my stand blade. Dude, who has 125% crit damage modifier? That's literally insane. Like, how much crit damage modifier is that? Like, actually. We do have a job off emote, JM. You have 175 for PvE? Really? I mean, I have 117% for PvP. But, okay. I mean, I guess that's... You have to adjust your build some. So made the... Oh, so let's see what Bash is now. So made the following adjustments to Bash. This core combat skill now has a cooldown of 333 milliseconds, down from 350, to ensure it could be cast up to 3 times per second at most. Reduce the cost... Jeez Louise. Reduce the cost to 765, down from 1889. This damage now scales with a mixture of your physical and spell resistance plus 1 extra damage to ensure if you are at 0 for these stats, it will still hit the target. So are you mean to tell me we're going to have like a tank bash build? Like the Bash Crow? No way, dude. No way. Reduce the cooldown phase after bashing that prevents you from casting other abilities. That's definitely going to be nice. Hopefully that fixes some adjustments or like flow of the game, because I know when I bash, it's kind of annoying. So we'll have to see. Fix the issue where some proc-based conditions could unintentionally succeed when removing negative ground effects. The damage from this can now trigger enchantments and poisons, so you can proc vulnerability. So you can bash. I guess Bash Crow's back, baby. I mean, Bash Crow. We're going to pop it out. Fix an issue where the caster of an ability using the new area of effect technology would be dismounted upon entering. Okay. Adjusted the following abilities to the new area of effect system introduced in update 30. Okay. All right, so there's some cool things there. Abilities and item sets that heal, deal damage, or resource restore on a set frequency with an area of effect will no longer display visual effects on each impact for targets in their areas. Dude. Wait, abilities and item sets that heal, deal damage, or resource restore on a set frequency while in the area of effect will no longer display the visual effects. Is this why Dark Convergence isn't showing up? Or is this... I mean, that doesn't make any sense, though. I mean, I get it's going to maybe fix lag some. But... Oh, dude, so... Oh, that's right. So they're not going to be able to see Celine's now. Right? Dark Convergence, Celine's... what's that one set that... Like, heavy attack from, like, Fungal Grotto or whatever? So that's definitely interesting. I don't know. Fix an issue where many enchantments, poisons, and item sets were not properly labeled as procs. I didn't know enchantments were procs. Fix an issue where some abilities experience erratic visual behavior when cast by female characters with a bow equipped. Okay. Fix an issue where abilities that bounce between targets could fail to generate visual effects. So Ardent Flame. Okay, so some buffs to DKs. Increase the resource granted from the passive to 1,000. Okay, that's decent. Added a cooldown of 500 milliseconds to each effect, which are separately tracked from one another to make it up for the obvious increase in massive buff the charge trait is getting. Don't see how the charge is getting buffed because it's for DK. If you hit embers, oh, I guess it kind of is, but you can only proc burning once per target, right? So, I guess embers is still going to be fine. It'll just give you like basically like almost a free embers. I think embers is like 2k or something like that, so it'll cut the cost in half. The ability and the card rates morph now grant both major prophecy and savagery. That's definitely really, really nice. Now, yes, okay. Flames of Oblivion got a big buff. It launches 3 balls. Up from 2 since it lost part of its unique morph function. So that's good. Lava Whip, this ability and morph now scales off your highest offensive stat rather than exclusively magic stats. So we got a Stamina Whip. May this finally end the fiery and age-old debate over getting a Stamina Whip. So, Stamina Whip. We got a Stamina Whip back. That's going to help Stam DKs quite a bit. Dot builds are going to be insane. Especially if you can crit, like running a crit whip build. I mean, that's going to be pretty nasty. Fix issue where this morph did not apply off balance to targets who were immobilized but not already off balance. The override ability Power Lash now heals immediately rather than over 2 seconds, so that's very good. But its total healing per cast has been reduced by approximately 43%. However, Power Lash no longer has a 3-second cooldown. So, charged magic DKs using a lightning staff with Power Lash. Endless healing from that. On off balance. There's no cooldown on it. So, I think right now there's like a 12 or 13k heal on Power Lash. So, this is going to be like a 43% nerf, so there's like a 6k heal. That'll definitely help DKs quite a bit. But just think, right, for like high, like you're no longer going to see magic DKs anymore. They're going to be stamina based. They're going to be using Lava Whip. Well, maybe. Actually, no, they're... Oh, okay. So this is just the morph of it, right? Huh. So off balance, procs it. So how many times can you proc off balance? Like, how many times can you hit them with it if they're off balance? Like, are you just going to spam Power Lash? The override, or Molten Whip, Seething Fury now lasts 10 seconds per stack, up from 5 to help it feel way less stressful. Definitely going to be really nice. Really nice there. So we're definitely going to do some Stam DK whips for sure. This will definitely be strong. Even the like the Molten Whip Stam DK is going to be disgusting. But you're going to have to build more stats into your magic sustain. So Have to wait to see on how we're going to be able to do that, but I think probably the best way to go about that is going to be running an Imperial. Just depends on what else they add though too. So the World in Ruin. This passive now increases your damage done with flame and poison attacks by 5% rather than increasing it done by the area of effect by 3 and 6, reducing the cost of your poison abilities to 25. So not only are proc sets going to be able to critically strike now, but you're going to have dot DKs running mechanical acuity. I think like a dot DK with mechanical is going to be insane. See, here's the thing, man. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to say it. One other content creator that I was talking to said something like this, and it was awfully interesting. I'm just going to say that at best. So I guess this kind of proves a suspicion of his, so to speak. So this ability, so Ash Cloud, this ability now cost... Okay. So... Hold on a second, this stupid... Elder Scrolls game logged me out. So, hold on. There you go. I just don't want to hear my headphones blaring. So, Ash Cloud now costs 378 magic every second while active rather than having a massive upfront cost, okay? Keeping their cost per second relatively the same while removing the penalty of having the ability. So that means that you're going to be able to cast this while hitting other abilities. So you're going to be able to hit this skill with like Carterize, this skill with Flames of Oblivion, this skill with, you know, Dark Convergence, you know, that sort of thing. So, I mean, having a cost, I mean, we haven't looked at Dark Convergence yet, but definitely this is a good change overall because 5.6k is such an insane cost. These abilities now tick 15 times over the duration, down from 16, with the total damage or healing per cast remains relatively the same. The abilities now last for 15 seconds at base rather than 12. The abilities increase in healing done or damage by 1.1% rather than 1 second. So that's good. Extra healing is always nice. Battle Roar, the passive now restores 50 health, magic, or stamina consumed rather than 46. I guess probably to make the numbers so that's good overall. I mean, more resources, but the sad part is DK relies on Battle Roar, so they don't have in-class sustain. So overall, DK got a pretty massive buff. Pretty massive. I mean, their whip is going to be insane. The whip here, where's it at here? Lava Whip scales off your highest offensive stat. So both Molten Whip is going to cost magic, I would assume. So yeah, I wonder how this Power Lash is going to work though. I think even the whip on the Stam DK, it's going to replace Dizzy Swing, I would say. Well, you still need a CC though, is the issue. If you can proc off balance somehow, or maybe even do a Dizzy Swing into a Power Lash, that could be pretty funny. But I think having a dot DK is going to be insane with this. So Grave Robber, increase the damage of this ability and its morse by approximately 10% per tick. So there's a buff to that. They're changing Grim Focus again. Oh my goodness. This ability and its morph now grant 1% damage per stack rather than 2% critical damage per stack. That's pretty big nerf. So this ability damage now scales dynamically with the highest of your offensive stats. So Twisting Paths getting a hybridization change. Don't really see any use to this at the moment because only really Magic builds use this. So I don't really see Stamina builds using it. Yeah, but the thing is though, if on DK, right, you have Carterize, Fragmented Shield, Fossilize, and now Whip. You have 4 magic abilities. So your sustain is going to be rather interesting for DK. That's what I'm trying to get at with the sustain issue on Stam DK. So Lightning Splash, fiction issue where the base ability was ending too soon and missing extra tick of damage. Okay. Spear Shard, fiction issue where this ability and its morphs were ending slightly too soon, causing them to miss an extra tick of damage. Backlash's ability and its morphs visual effects are now visible to the caster and enemies rather than anyone. Okay. I don't see how that's changing anything. Cleansing Ritual increases the scaling coefficients of this ability and its morphs by approximately 17% since they tick 6 times instead of 7 after update 30. Okay, don't really understand what that means either. Okay. Fiction issue where the morphs of Healing Seas were not properly contributing to this passive. Okay. Misform. This ability is morphs damage reduction now only works against player attacks rather than any attack to prevent it from invalidating many threats of PvE encounters. Get fucking PvE people. No more tanks basically missing mechanics because of misform. You guys are getting screwed over now. That's funny. That's funny. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, misform is buggy as is. I mean, I don't see any bug fixes to misform, like how it just pulls you out of it randomly. So champion points. The Pain's Refuge. This star now reduces your damage taken by 2% for every 2 negative effects upon you rather than every 1%. So that's pretty good. I mean, I don't see this change was done to reduce the power of this node in encounters against singular targets. This is meant to shine in outnumbered situations. Okay. So that's really not changing too much. Just basically when you're fighting outnumbered. So Shield Master, cutting defense, so warfare. This damage from this node can now proc weapon enchants. So I think it's the bash thing, right? I think it's the bash. Type an exclamation mark Magden Kobe. I got it updated on there. So itemization and item sets. Fix an issue where some tooltips would display improper values when wearing a combination of perfected and non-perfected versions of sets. Item sets that proc off of damage shields will now work with hardening enchantments for consistency, as many of these sets were inconsistent with this behavior. Okay, so what does that mean? So that's the damage shield enchantment, right? I'm not sure. So does that mean you're going to be able to proc Naga Shaman without a damage shield and procking off the hardening enchantment? That's possible. Fix an issue where many sets that required you to drink a potion only work when you're actively looking at a target. Your enemies will no longer be the judge of you being in combat. Okay, that's nice. Okay, fix an issue where sets that required critical strikes could proc off others. Okay. The following rules will now be followed with item sets when applicable and has been applied to all existing sets. So sets that grant weapon or spell damage now grant both. Sets that grant physical or spell penetration now grant both. Sets that grant weapon or spell critical now grant both. Oh yeah, Infernal Guardian as well, that's true. So items, okay. So this is another large-scale effort done to help realize. So I'm just curious on if, like, Hunting's Rage is getting spell damage as well. Show the spoilers? Okay. Yeah, we're going to go down here. Item sets to scale off weapon damage, spell damage, max magic, and max stamina can now again critically strike. Item sets that scale in order of magnitude or based on additional modifiers, such as Relic and Zon, will not critically strike, okay? Many of these sets have received adjustments to their power as well. Below are sets that can critically strike and have their scaling values reduced by approximately 5%. If another number is listed next to a set name, this is a true value change. So, arena weapons. Frenzied Momentum reduces the damage by approximately 20%. Stacks now grant 30 weapon damage up to 10 times rather than 38 weapon damage up to 5 times. So that's definitely a pretty big nerf to Evasion 2H. But here's the thing, man. We're getting, this is my suspicion, so we're going to get 300 weapon damage from this set. but you have to use 10 stamina abilities. So for magic builds, what 10 stamina abilities could we use to proc this? I'm trying to think. So I'm not sure exactly yet. I think having a Vision 2H would definitely be nice, or some type of hybrid spec. I don't think anybody's going to be playing Magic DK main anymore. It's going to be a hybrid of stamina. There's no point. If you're going to run a set that gives you weapon damage, you could have aspects of a Magic DK. But it's not going to be a Magic DK anymore, like I was explaining in my video earlier. Yeah, so it's going to give you more damage overall, but it's going to basically reduce the burst potential of it. So Merciless Charge, reduce the damage by less than 1% per tick. It now takes over 7 seconds rather than 5. Wild Impulse, there's nothing here, so I guess it didn't change at all. Crafty Sets, so Ashen Grip, Cold Harvest Favor. So all these sets can now critically strike. Okay, Ashen Grip, more Colden. Oblivion's Foe will definitely be really strong, I think. Dungeon and Arena. So Orion's Thunder, the set now lasts for 5 seconds. It tick every 1 second with a 10-second cooldown rather than lasting for 3 seconds. So this is like, wow, okay. So this is like Overwhelming Surge. So this is definitely going to be really good on Templars. I actually like more burst meta because you're just going to get aids down by people running dots now. It's going to be Scale Breaker 2.0. What this is going to be if dots can critically strike. So yeah. No, Malakath will still buff those sets. Remember back they adjusted Malakath to where it now can still critically strike, but it reduces your crit modifier by 50%. So you don't get the same value. So I think this Orion's Thunder is a good buff for Templars. I mean, even for Stamplars, right? We'll have to go in the PTS and look at it and really see what's going on here. Azure Blight. Okay, Calrians, a huge buff to Calrians here. Huge buff to Calrians. Dots can be cleansed. How do you cleanse? Getting your face melted off by a Wamba combo. Positioning. You don't just sit out in the open. That's my main defensive capability to it. Dots can only be cleansed on really 2 classes. So, effectively, I mean, mainly one is going to be Templars. But if you have 6 people hitting you with Oblivion's Foe, just cleanse. So I don't think just cleansing is going to be the best way to go about it. That's just my opinion, though. I've played this game since launch. So Curse of Domiash, this is a very interesting set. I've been wanting to run this set for a while. So basically, Calrians, let's go back to Calrians. Calrians got a huge buff. It procs off a light attacks now. So basically, you got the light attack elements of weapon. Calrians are going to shoot out. So yeah, that's going to be crazy. Crazy. Icy Conjurer can critically strike. So this means that these sets can proc in conjunction with burst sets, I'm assuming. I'm not exactly sure yet. We'll have to figure that out. So Thundercaller reduced the initial damage by 75%. This set just got introduced. And increased the damage over time by 19%. So, yeah. How is it a nerf to Calrians? Because if you proc it with a light attack, it doesn't have to critically strike anymore. You hit light attack and it procs it. Yeah, okay, if it only procs off critical light attacks, then that's going to be annoying. So only Gankblade will still obviously be able to use it. What is Sheer Venom? Sheer Venom is a set, or Vendom. What is Sheer Vendom? Sheer Vendom. So if it's just crit light attacks, yeah, that's kind of a nerf, but it's only going to be used still on mag blades as is. So. What's crit Vendom? Sure Vendom. Oh, man. Thundercaller, so they nerfed this quite a bit, so I guess this is just gutted completely now. So there's that one. Monster Masks. So Earthgore, this set now better follows standards of area or overtime effects that has a 2-second delay before starting to heal. Reduce the frequency, the healing to 2 seconds up from 1. Okay. So basically nothing really changed about monster sets. So Velodreth got nerfed pretty substantially. What would be good to run on Samsorg? Right now, just proc sets, but we'll have to wait to see. Devlin's Assassin remains unchanged, so that's good to hear. Okay. PvP sourced, so we'll have to see what happened to all this other stuff. You're going to see Vicious Death stand builds now because of the change to the stats. Can I look at Krogs? It didn't change. Krogs didn't change. Trials. Poisonous Serpent could be used. Yeah, Widowmaker can now crit. What's that? Dungeons? Yeah, Widowmaker can now crit. And they didn't change Widowmaker, but it's a dot too. It's a dot now. Widowmaker's been changed to a dot. So, obviously, these things can be changed and adapted and nerfed and altered, but we'll have to see how this actually affects the gameplay. It's hard to really test on the PTS to see actually what this means, but yeah. I don't think they changed tunes. No, I don't think so. So item sets that delay burst damage of 4 seconds or less now have a 1-second window after proccing that prevent item sets from activating. Item sets that have an innate counterplay such as delays, minimum travel times, warning telegraphs have 1 second or no cooldowns are exempt from this adjustment. So that means Calrian's Legacy, I guess Plague Slinger could still be good. If wearing multiples of these sets at once, any action that would activate multiple sets will instead trigger the first set you equipped and suppress others for 1 second. After that second passes, you will be able to attempt to trigger them again. So what this means is if you want your main burst set to proc, you're going to need to equip it first. So that's definitely interesting. Definitely a good thing to know. The sets affected by this change are listed below. Affliction, Ashen Grip, Devlin's Assassin. So, Frenzy Momentum. So this means that all those other sets that proc, like these up here, that aren't direct damage, like a dot, like Widowmaker, I would say. Stuff like that are going to now still be able to proc with these. I would think. I'd like to test that. Because it's really hard to tell exactly what they're saying sometimes. Because it's like kind of confusing their wording. Well, this so far scales though, but it's still an initial burst damage. Viper's Sting is at 4 seconds, so maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we'll have to test it though. We'll have to test it. I have to see. In efforts to help reduce the viability of stacking multiple procs at once and triggering them at high moments of burst, we've adopted a few set standards, a new standard for sets that lack ingrained counterplay. These sets will now always prevent other sets on the list from activating at a singular moment, reducing the ability to front load these sets such as heavy attacks or ultimates or instantly killing targets. This list can be expanded and adjusted upon in the future and moving forward. Item sets will be held under great scrutiny in terms of ensuring there are either moments of opportunity to avoid or outright prevention in terms of stacking. So all these sets can't proc together is basically what this is saying, but all the others should be able to proc together with these, I would think. But definitely have to test though. Wow, Charge got a huge buff. Huge buff to Charge. So how is this going to work? Charged. DKs obviously can use this. Currently, the trait is being engaged by mainly Dragon Eyes, trying to get as much sustain as they can, and we like the trait to be a bit more than one note wonder. Now it will help empower those crafty status effect builds out there and have some better synergy with effects that can activate them. So I don't really know of what other class could really use this. Like Stamsork, I could somewhat, but I guess for vulnerability. But this is mainly going to be for PvE, I would say. Where do you find these patch notes? Here, I'll link them real quick. I'll send you the link. I'll post it in chat. There. Yeah, there's really no status effect builds. I guess the only thing would be like Catalyst, right? I don't know. So ability altering weapons. So Chaotic Whirlwind. This sets special activate. It now grants a stack of Chaotic Whirlwind for 5 seconds after casting Whirlwind while in combat, granting 5% movement speed per stack, and increases your weapon and spell damage by 6 for every 1% bonus movement speed you have, up to a cap of 450. So interesting. I've been wanting to get this set for a long time. Yeah, Force Pulse could be more interesting, but you're still going to see... It's still not going to be enough because most of the time anyways, Force Pulse procs, so I don't see... like, it procs most of the stats effects. I'm not really sure. So you get 6% weapon damage for every 1% bonus movement speed you have. So, let's see here. So using Major Expedition gives you 180% more weapon damage. So that would mean that like the steed is going to be more viable with this setup. Possibly. And also grants you 5% movement speed per stack. So, definitely pretty interesting. So the current iteration of Chaotic Whirlwind was a rework back in 2019 to serve as a stopgap to give the set some love, but ultimately didn't hit the marks. We're going forward. We wanted a set that could be enabled you to feel like a name implied a tempest of chaos wreaking havoc on the battlefield as you spun and won. So they're doing the spin to win. The new iteration gives Chaotic a feel as your movement speed goes up and down in the heat of combat. While it's offensive bonuses, with some natural synergy built in to ensure you're always getting something. So I think this set is going to be really, really strong for Stamsork. This is going to definitely replace the Ashen Grip type of thing. It's still, it's still also. Could this still pulse? I'm not sure. If it still pulses, that's going to be pretty good, but I don't think it. I don't think it will. This set will definitely be on Stamsorks because you got 180 weapon damage from that. So 15 minor expedition and major expedition. That's like 270 weapon damage for major and minor expedition up on a Stamsork. Definitely very strong. Very, very strong. So concentrated force. This set now requires successive casting of force shock within 5 seconds of each other, up from 2. That's pretty good change. This is definitely an annoying set to use sometimes. So that's definitely nice to see. So we have Assassin's Guile, fix an issue where minor heroism granted by poisons was not properly buffed by this set. Mechanical Acuity. This set now grants a stack of Mechanical Acuity for 4 seconds. Whenever you deal non-critical damage, grants you 20% crit chance per stack, up to once every half second. After this effect ends or reaches 5 stacks, it cannot trigger again for 25 seconds. So they basically gutted our Mechanical Acuity. So this set now grants a Mechanical Acuity for 4 seconds whenever you deal non-critical damage, granting you 20% crit chance per stack. So that's kind of like a waste. Why would you run mechanical acuity now. You have to deal non-critical damage, so you have to... Yeah, mechanical acuity got wrecked. So basically, as you're increasing your crit chance, you're actually lowering your chances to deal critical damage. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we'll adapt on our standpoint, but don't worry. We have the arena. There's that set that gives you that break free cost reduction. But we're gonna be rocking mechanical acuity till they nerf till this goes live. We gotta be rocking it. I love mechanical acuity. Basically, what you're supposed to do with your mechanical acuity now is put it on a shelf and leave it in your thing. They're gonna buff it again probably in the next year or two. That's what they do. Elemental Succession. This set now grants its bonuses randomly per element whenever you deal any source of this type of damage, rather than giving independent bonuses. So that's kind of stupid. So I could see it. So basically just where it's not outright stronger than flat bonuses. So I could see it. But the thing is to increase your crit chance. No, mechanical acuity is 25-second cooldown now. .25-second cooldown. So it's a pretty big nerf. So basically, for 4 seconds, whenever you deal non-critical damage, it grants you 20% crit chance per stack. So as you get more stacks, your overall crit chance is going to go up, but you're going to be dealing less critical damage, or you're going to be dealing less non-critical damage. So this means is the higher your stacks go up, the more likely you're not going to be able to get more stacks. So after this effect ends or reaches 5 stacks, we'll have to test it, for sure. So they nerfed counter elemental succession a little bit. Mighty Glacier fixed an issue where this set was not proccing off of potions or poisons. So this set, Worm's Raiment, this set now grants a 2-piece macro recovery rather than spell damage to match Hircine's Vineyard. Okay, well, let's go back to mechanical. So this set now grants a stack of mechanical acuity for 4 seconds whenever you deal non-critical damage. So each stack, whenever you deal non-critical damage, will increase your crit chance by 20%. So there is no, I guess, downtime for mechanical acuity. So as you get more stacks, so you can have it lasts for 4 seconds. So it's going to give you more crit chance in less of a burst window, I would say. And you can gain new stacks of mechanical acuity every half second. So this means if you proc mechanical and then you gain another stack, you'll have a 40% crit chance. Oh, show the spoiler? Well, there we go. There we go. My bad. So this chain was done to help tone down the burst enabling nature of the set. Works significantly increase your kill potential with no real drawback. Now this has a natural build-up phase and properly gets weaker the more critical chance you already have, as it makes it harder to generate stacks as you build them. So it means the more stacks you gain, the harder it is for you to get more stacks to increase your crit chance. Is what this means, kind of what I'm gathering from it. It could be, I don't know. Yeah, so if you have 80% crit chance, right? and you're trying to get that last stack to get that 100% crit chance, it may not proc for you. Unless you have a lot of dots, yes. Unless you have a lot of dots. I think this is still gonna be good for DK probably. But for like ganking type of things, I definitely, this is a pretty big nerf because they have to deal damage with it to keep it up. And after it goes away, you can't get any, after it goes away, where's that? After it goes away, you cannot, effects cannot occur again for 25 seconds. So, let's see here. Updated some monster mass sets to use the correct terminology for their weight. They now use guise for light, mass for medium, and visage for heavy. Okay. This set now, so Domihos, this set now fires both its flame and physical damage rings at the same time at half the original damage, and now grants weapon and spell damage while standing inside. Okay. Don't really know how I would use this. I don't think anybody uses Domihos, at least for the 2-piece. Dark Convergence. They nerfed Deadly again? Oh my goodness. Dark Convergence. Reduce the set's damage by approximately 59%, but increase the scaling per target up from 50% to up from 10. Reduce the radius of its effect to 10 meters. The set now pulls once after its delay rather than twice over its duration. The pull now pulls all nearby targets rather than 6 per pull, so it means remains effective against large groups. So, Deadly Strike got a nerf again. Oh, let's show the spoiler real quick. This set is currently seeing a lot of success in its original target area of killing large groups and players who don't respect the area of effect. However, it's doing its job a little too well and being run in situations of low target counts, which has led to situations where the set feels too good at a general purpose rather than having something more niche like Vicious Death, while reining in the damage a bit so it's less effective against small player counts. The radius to better match visuals, effects, and the pulls to reduce situations of being yo-yoed around. So, I think Dark Convergence is only going to be really used for like maybe Magic Warden still, because you can snare them inside of it. So, it was nerfed a little bit, but not too bad, I would say. It's still going to be okay enough. You mainly use this set for the CC. Yeah, VD niche. Yeah, that's right. VD is definitely not going to be niche anymore after this update. So Morag Tog fixed an issue where the set did not proc off some attacks, such as Acid Spray. Wrath of the Imperium. Now, this is that 3-piece set, isn't it? So this set now grants 129 weapon and spell damage for its 2-piece, and 325 weapon and spell damage to ranged direct damage attacks for its 3-piece rather than critical chance. So this is now the new sniper build with that new mythic item. So yeah. General. All right, Jester's Festival, we're almost down to the bottom. Okay. So, is that it? Is that it? That's it. So, all right, let's recap here real quick. So what do we got? Let's scroll back to the top. Let's take a breather. Let's just let this simmer down real quick. So, another deadly nerf. Another mechanical nerf. I guess Zoss is watching our build videos. Zoss is trying to nerf me. So, let's see here. Let's put our brains together. Let's think. So we got these new sets. Yeah, I linked the notes earlier. Here you go. Link up again. Yeah, Sas keeps a close eye on my builds. They probably don't like me, dude, because I call them out on a lot of stuff. So let's do a little recap. This wasn't as drastic as I was thinking at this moment in time. Now my opinion may change, but there's a lot of information to digest and really think about. So I'm not gonna jump the gun on saying that if this is good or bad yet, because we're still week 1. Or week 0, I guess, of the PTS. So if you can't reach 5 stacks of mechanical acuity, if your base crit is not above 50%, then that's pretty incredible. Maybe we'll have to see. It's hard to say if it's the right direction or not. It wasn't as drastic as I was thinking, though. I thought they were going to completely gut crit damage, but they didn't, at least for my PvP build. But they really nerfed mechanical acuity. We'll have to test the mechanical. I'm definitely want to look at that, because it could actually be a buff for PvP, possibly, if you have a lower crit chance. Because you remember, they took away crit chance from medium builds, and now mechanical could be even better of a meta, like at least for Templar and Stam DK, I think. But it just depends. It just depends on really what happened. Because I'm not exactly sure. Yeah, you can't get 5 stacks if you're dealing crit damage constantly. That's right. So, well, let's go back through the sets real quick. So, I think this Wretched Vitality is decent. I think this will be pretty strong. For a lot of builds. I mean, it's crafted, so it's really good for the 2, 3, 4 piece, and gives you a lot of sustain. Definitely gonna be a really good set. Yeah, it does die after 4 seconds though. Yeah, that's right. So if you don't gain a new stack, then that's right. Yeah, that's true. This is coming to the PTS, so this is like a month or so away. We'll go back over mechanical acuity here in a second. Well, that's definitely a topic. This Devlin's Demolisher is pretty good for the Bash Crow, but that's it. No, I don't think the whip will cost stamina. It's going to cost magic, I do believe, but it scales off of your highest offensive stats. Iron Flask looks all right. It's similar to Clever Alchemist, but for defense, a little bit more mitigation than protection, major protection. But we'll have to really see on what the proc sets are going to be doing and kind of how strong they are with dots. No, this went live on the PTS on PC. Only on the PTS. So the Armory System created item drops. So this, let's talk about the Mythics. Let's talk about the Mythics. So the Markin Ring of Majesty, gaining 100 weapon damage and spell damage and armor for each 3-piece bonus active on the wearer. So how can we do this, right? So we have, for example, this is a ring, I do believe. So if you have like a front bar set, so you got like mechanical, okay? So you got like dual wield. So 1, 2, and then you have like the belt. And then you have like the necklace and ring. So that's 5 pieces. Okay. So you're going to have the 3-piece on your front bar. So that's going to be 100 weapon damage and spell damage and armor. Okay, on your back bar, you're going to be using, let's see here. Could be using like, Olarim, okay? So Olo, so you're going to use like a 2H of Olo. This is just for an example. Or even we could just do Clever Alchemist. That would probably sound better, so you guys don't think I'm crazy. So Clever Alchemist with 2H back bar, and then you got like the chest, legs, and then feet. So you're gonna have 3 pieces on your front bar with Clever Alchemist. So you're gonna gain 200 weapon damage and about 2,000 armor. So for just running these 2 things. Now we also have, remember, if we're running a front bar back bar set, we have access to the mythic item. So that's gonna be 1 mythic. Here, I'll put this on screen. So this is deadly. Right, deadly. So deadly dual wield with a belt, neck, and ring. Then we have the mythic. Okay, so then we have monster set and then trainee. So then we have monster set, or we could do a 3-piece trainee, which would give us so we don't run a monster set. And what this would do is this would give us, so this would give us well, shoot, make this smaller. So this would give us 300 weapon and spell damage and 1157. You can't run agility, sadly, because agility only comes in your jewelry and weapons. There is no helmet or shoulders. So we're going to gain 300 weapon and spell damage and like 300 armor approximately. Okay. So that's how that set's going to work. Definitely looks really good. Okay, so if there's a monster set that does that, then the magma, right? The minor. I mean, it's definitely interesting. Just trying to spitball here. Just trying to figure out what would be the best way to run this. Overall, yeah, PlayStation will get this changed eventually. Yes. So definitely looks interesting. Regardless, if you're running a front bar back bar set, you're going to gain 200 weapon damage and like 2,000 mitigation. Plus, you can run a 1-piece trainee. And then you could do like the Magma Incarnate, right? So that'll give you 200 weapon damage and approximately like 2,200 resistances. So you also get the, like, I think it's like 215 for Magma weapon damage and spell damage. And then you're going to gain like 30 something 100 armor. 3,000 something. So it says right here, this effect counts for any 3 or 5-piece set in which you are wearing a minimum of 3 pieces of that set. So how this works is if we're on our front bar with deadly, we have the dual wield, we have the belt, the necklace, and the ring. So we have these 3 pieces right here, always on our build. Okay, always. So when we bar swap to our back bar, we're going to gain this. So then on our back bar, on our Clever Alchemist, we always will have the chest, the legs, and the feet on our build. So this means we'll gain the extra weapon damage and spell damage. And then we also have, if we're running a mythic item, like with this, we have to run the ring here. It says a ring. I don't know where it's actually at. I would assume it's a ring. So if this wasn't a ring, agility would be best in slot. If this was like a head piece or a shoulder piece, something of that nature, I think agility would definitely take this over. But I'm assuming it's a ring right now. And then, so if we run it like this, how I have it on here, we're going to gain 200 weapon damage from this set and 2,200 and approximately like 2,200 armor. So definitely interesting. So this Belzeraz Band increases the damage of your light attacks by 1185. When you deal damage with a consecutive melee light attack, gain a stack of Belzeraz Temper for 10 seconds up to 5 stacks max. When you perform a fully charged heavy attack, you consume Belzeraz Temper and deal physical damage per stack to enemies in a line after 1 second delay, and stunning them. So definitely have to see how this works. Spauldron of Ruin. So that's kind of a dumb set, honestly. So there's that. Yeah, Griffins could be pretty good as well. We got the new PvP emote, guys. That's awesome. So Undaunted Celebration event, we're getting that again. All right. This is all like issues and stuff. So there's no fixes to leap. I just noticed that. No fixes to leap. So let's check out the whip. You guys are wanting to talk about the whip. I mean, I haven't seen the leap fix yet, so I'm not saying that they don't have it. What I'm saying is I haven't seen it. And so let's see here. All right. So crit damage hard cap is at 125% now. Not too bad. I mean, it's not going to nerf any of my builds per se. Except if mechanical acuity isn't as good as we think it is, or if the nerf is that substantial. So yeah. Bash got buffed. So yeah. All right. So DK. Flames of Oblivion got a pretty big buff, honestly. So does this mean that it launches 3 balls out, or is this proc 3 balls in general? So does it mean like it shoots out 3 projectiles rather than 2? I'm not sure about that. I think it means 3 total balls instead of 3 balls at one time, but I'm not sure. Hope it's 3 balls at one time because that's a lot of burst potential. So Lava Whip. So this ability now scales off of your highest offensive stats rather than exclusively magic-based stats. May this finally end the fiery age-old debate over getting a stamina whip. So it's not going to cost stamina. So I haven't seen the Hrothgar nerf yet. I have not. I think right now it just looks like a conspiracy or somebody. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it. So fix an issue where this morph did not apply off balance to targets who were immobilized but not already off balance. The override ability Power Lash now heals immediately rather than over 2 seconds, but the total healing per cast has been reduced by approximately 43%. However, Power Lash has no longer a 3-second cooldown, so this is a really good change. Really, really good for Power Lash because, I mean, even Stam DKs can use this now, right? But this is going to be a burst heal for magic DKs. So you no longer will have to run Carterize. A burst heal finally. I think this will help. How good? I'm not sure. But having a 4 or 5k burst heal on your damage, and I don't think this has a cooldown either. So if they're off balance, does that mean you can whip, right? So you could just whip them? Is that what that means? Like the old days where you could like power lash them if they were off balance with the lightning AoE? Is that what this means? I mean, because if that's the way it is, that's gonna be pretty strong. Cause that's big healing, and it hits pretty hard. Molten Whip, Seething Fury now lasts for 10 seconds, so this is a very good change. Definitely is going to help DKs out quite a bit to have to do a rotation. So the Ash Cloud was definitely a pretty big buff to magic DKs as well. Battle Roar definitely was a good change. So let's go to the mechanical acuity now. Let's go to mechanical. So does this mean I'll have to get on the PTS and look at the weapon spell damage? Because I'm wondering if this is gonna Julianos is gonna give weapon damage on the 5-piece now. So, all right. Okay, mechanical. Now let's see here. Fix an issue, or this item now grants a stack of mechanical acuity for 4 seconds whenever you deal non-critical damage. So whenever you do non-crit damage, non-crit, you get a stack. Okay, non-critical damage. So the more stacks you gain, the overall less uptime you're going to have on it. So whenever you deal non-critical damage, it grants you more stacks. Up to 5 stacks, I do believe. So if you're not dealing non-critical damage, then you're only going to have it up for 4 seconds. But the only way around this is if you're running like a dot build and you have so many effects that a chance of them aren't going to crit strike. But once you reach 5 stacks of dealing non-crit damage, your thing cannot occur again for another 25 seconds. But once you're if you deal non-critical damage, you're going to gain a stack. So that was the thing. If you're dealing non-critical damage, so if you deal non-crit damage, you are not going to gain, or you're going to gain another stack. So if you deal critical damage, you're not going to gain another stack, but the duration only lasts for 4 seconds. So non-crit damage, you gain 1 stack. And if you just deal critical damage from there on out, it only lasts for 4 seconds and then it goes away. That's how it works. So it's not really a good thing, because basically what they're saying is the more chances, the lower your crit chance, the more you're going to be able to boost up your critical chance, but at a certain extent, you're going to deal only critical damage and then it's just going to go away. You reach 100% at 4 stacks. If your base crit high enough, but it lasts for 4 seconds, so it ends or reaches 5 stacks. It ends. The effect ends if you do not deal non-critical damage. So if you have a 100% crit chance and you don't deal any more non-critical damage, then the effect ends after 4 seconds. So it's not a good thing. So as you're gaining stacks, 4 seconds for a stack, you can gain a stack once every half second. And if you only get another stack after you deal non-critical damage. So if you're not dealing any non-critical damage, the effect ends. So that's how it works. Dark Convergence, I don't think it was nerfed too bad. So, I mean, the damage was kind of, but it's still going to be good. Still going to be okay for Magic Warden. Deadly Strike got a nerf. So yeah, honestly, not too many bad of changes. I would say it's okay. It's all right. I think I'm gonna maybe do a little bit of PvP and take a brain break from this, and then I'm gonna hop on the PTS probably off stream. So let me if you guys want to hang out and talk about the changes and stuff, we sure can. But I'm gonna log back on some ESO. But yeah, I don't understand why they nerfed I don't know why they nerfed whatever it's called. I didn't see a Hrothgar nerf, but people were saying on the PTS on the live server that they did. So I'm not sure. I don't know why they nerfed Deadly Strike. When's the next console update? We're supposed to get one the 22nd. So I think overall changes really aren't that big. Like in the scheme of things, crit, like proc sets being able to crit, it's not a good idea. But I don't think the main issue with proc sets being able to critically strike was mainly going to be mechanical acuity. That was going to be the big issue. Yeah, no problem, man. I think we're gonna start doing patch note reviews, maybe live. I think it honestly helps me a little bit too, because I can take a excerpt from this and just post it, or just leave it up like this. Yeah, all they did was directly nerf me. Yeah, So Templar, what are we gonna do now? There's Essence Thief. I think we'll be fine, man. I saw neglect. I think the mechanical nerf really isn't too bad though. Like for dot DKs. And maybe samplers. I think we'll still be okay. We'll definitely have to try it. But it definitely will kill that burst potential. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Yeah, definitely got a nerf. But if mechanical's nerfed, then there's really no point in stacking crit damage anymore. Like, to the extent of what it's looking like, maybe. We'll have to see. It'll definitely be interesting. I'll get on the PTS and look at it some. They need to fix the potion crown. That's what they need to fix. I'm tired of hitting a potion and not going off. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'm gonna reserve my judgment for when it actually gets. I'm just tired of getting. So what is snaring me? I'm trying to getting snared by some random trash that I've like. What is snaring me right now? They didn't adjust anything with tankiness, so that's definitely interesting. I feel really tanky with this, not gonna lie. Oh no, I have to turn it up. My bad. I didn't turned it off earlier. There you go. My bad, guys. Cause I was doing the stream, or doing the patch notes. Dude, Bubble is so annoying. Just die already, bro. Come here. Dude, Bubble, just die. The bubble buff was freaking insane, dude. $2K freaking arterial burst. That kind of. No. How am I out of range? Well, Monday morning we're on the Atro. Arterial burst is like range is really finicky. Dude, bubble. Dude, bubble is insane. Yeah, it's a magic Templar. Yeah, this is no CP PvP right here. I'm just gonna leave. This is not the Magden way. Hey, bro, you gotta do what you gotta do, man. The healing bubble is what's it called, guys? How did that Dark Convergence uphold this man? Yeah, Living Dark, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's a pretty big buff, honestly, for how much it heals for. So we need to figure out like what's good on the Templar. I think Deadly will still be there. I think Deadly will still be on the build. And it has to be, right? Deadly's like one of the best skills. Or best sets for Templar. What's my most played class? I've been playing a lot of Templar. I don't play everything, man. Pretty much. I did 1.7 million damage. No, it was nerfed. It was nerfed from 20% to 18%. This update, now it's nerfed to 15%. I still don't think it'll be a bad nerf. Oh, 3%, my bad. Yeah, it's 15 now, huh? I do not play max work. That's the only clearly class I don't play a lot of. I don't really like I just don't like the range play style. Is it a big difference between Stamplar and Magplar? Yeah, Stamplar is a lot more... Stamplar's a bit better than Magplar because of just stamina builds in general. They're so much stronger. So, here's the thing though. That's what I was going to mention is Deadly now buffs Magicka. Like, it gives spell damage now. So... Actually, Deadly could be best in slot for Magic Templar now. Because you think, remember? You get now equal weapon and spell damage. You get equal weapon and spell damage now, and it scales off of your dots. So, yeah. I mean, you could... If Dagon's buffs spell damage, I'm gonna look at that. I need to get in the PTS and look at that. I want to do that off stream though, because I know you guys probably don't want to watch me do that, and I don't know how my computer would handle it, so I don't want to stream and play at the same time. Probably would lag. So I'm gonna get on the Magplar's better than Stamplar, maybe for ones. Maybe for 1v1s. I know I found the most success playing Stamplar. That's what I've enjoyed. I mean, you asking my opinion, and you know, if you guys enjoy Magplar. I mean, I used to be a Magplar main a long time ago. But the main issue I have with Magplar is we'll do one more BG and then I'm gonna probably hop off. The main issue I have with Magplar is the fact that I have to bar swap and heal to get a burst heal. Like, it may seem kind of like dumb, but like burst heals are strong and all, but sometimes you don't get your burst heal. At least with a rally you can guarantee it. Vigor, it's a good healing over time. You don't have to use a resto staff, so you're not pigeonholed to running one spec and build. You can do a lot of things. I've been linking them in stream, but here's the patch notes. Pretty interesting things, not as big as we expected. Does the Elder Dragon passive work? Is that the passive that increases your range? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'm not sure, actually. It may, but I'm not 100%. It might. But I wouldn't use Arturo Burst on a Magic DK. Yeah, you're definitely gonna see a bunch of Bash Crows. See, the thing though here is I don't think there's gonna be anything like broken. Remember, like when Dark Virgins came out, right? This patch looks a little bit more calm in aspect of, sure, they're doing hybridization of stats, but I don't know. I think it'll be, as of right now, it looks okay. The critical damage reduction, people were pulling their hair out because it's PvE, but honestly, it's not that big of a nerf for PvP. Or it really wasn't a nerf at all. Nobody was really stacking 125% crit damage in PvP, so more than that, except if they're bombing. I hope so, because we've been through a roller coaster this year. We've been through a really big roller coaster with overall balance and stuff, man. Hopefully it gets better. Yeah, Hrothgar still looks strong though, even if it is nerfed to 13%. I'm still gonna run it on Magic Warden. They're saying it's been nerfed on the PTS or on the live server. Yeah, so it's 13% now on PC is what I hear a lot of people saying. So if it's 13%, then we can expect the nerf to go on console as well. Am I gonna read the live server patch notes? I didn't see anything on there about Hrothgar. I looked. There was nothing really crazy. Just bug fixes. Yeah, nerf really still doesn't matter if it's bugged. Yeah, it's just true. I didn't see it on the patch notes, but people are saying it's nerfed on PC, so I would be inclined to believe. Do one more BG and then hop off beyond the PTS. My biggest concern is how mechanical QD feels, how proc sets are going to be, like what proc sets are going to be the better to run for crits. But you got to think too, if mechanical QD is not a thing, then you're really going to have to sacrifice to build high crit damage, right? Or crit chance to be able to, for those proc sets to be able to crit strike. Like on my stand blade, I think I have like a 30% crit strike chance, so that's not so bad. But like other classes like DK, be a lot harder. Well, the thing is, though, is it's on the live server right now. It was like a shadow nerf. They didn't mention it. That's what they're saying. I'll have to wait to see, though. I mean, I think no one else posted something about it. I would go Brenton if you're a Magplar. Oh, that's true too. Well, Flames of Oblivion already had major savagery. That was only Carterized, I do believe, right? This queue seems dookie. Did my Engine Guardian just get my healing word? There's Q. Alright, last BG. Yeah, Isle's faces look a little bit icky. They're alright though. They're alright. You're using fully golded Hrothgar. Trust me, it's weak now at the nerf. How much is it hitting for? Yeah, like in Soul, like one person, like it's not very strong. It's not been really strong against one person for a while, but against groups, like it's super duper finicky and buggy. Die, there we go. That hurts. Oh, oh man, that was a oof. I still think Dark Convergence will still be fine after the nerf. You think so? I don't think so. I think DC will still be fine. It's mainly the only reason why I use Dark Convergence is for the utility. Can I hit my stupid skill? Okay. My stupid budding seeds will not go down. All right. This thing, he should be dead. There we go. They buff the burst damage though. That's the thing about Dark Convergence. They buff the middle part of it, but nerf the most of the damage. But it scales more for more people inside. You hope they fix Hrothgar.
Let's go over here.
I don't really like werewolf. They're strong though. They're strong if you build them for just super tanky. Healing ward definitely helps with my healing though. You should try healing ward. I think they need a better stun, honestly, or they want to use Dark Convergence. That's the biggest issue, in my opinion, is the stun. Arctic Blast should stun immediately in an area of effect around you, or at least do like 2 ticks of a CC. That's not like that. A little bit more kills. One more kill. See one more kill. No, he freaking stole the kill. There we go. I think the new sets are pretty interesting. We'll have to look at them for sure. All right, we're gonna hop off. We're gonna go look at the patch, or gonna go look at the PTS, test some things off stream. Look at what's going on, and that sort of thing. So, see you guys probably soon tomorrow, maybe. But yeah, definitely. I don't know if I'm gonna do a separate video or not. I may cover just the small changes, do a separate video like that. But yeah, guys, thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good rest of your day.